Good morning! Welcome to the second episode of Coffee at Rosevine Cottage. I'm so glad you're here. If you would take a moment and share this video, invite your friends, like it, would mean absolutely the world to us. Last week we talked about building cornerstones in truth, and the week before that we talked about setting a firm foundation in truth. This week I want to talk about where we're living. I know that's a really weird question. No, I'm not talking about your physical location. But where are you living? Are you living in truth? Or are we living from behind a wall? Afraid to allow people to see behind the wall. Afraid to let anyone pass that border to see who we are. It's really, really easy to retreat behind that wall when we're hurting. When fear raises its ugly head once again and storm clouds gather. And storm clouds gather. It's easy to get stuck back here. It's easy to stay behind the wall, anguishing over old hurts and old wounds that have been allowed to fester in the dark. The truth is, the devil wants you enslaved to the pain and regrets because he knows as long as he keeps you where you are living, behind the wall, you are no threat to him. We weren't meant to be a fortress, unpenetrable. We were meant to live as a lighthouse, living on a firm foundation of knowing whose we are, pointing others to God as a beacon in the midst of the storm. Sometimes the greatest miracle, the biggest testament to God's power in your life is that the storm came and you're still standing. That you went through the wastelands in your life and came out on the other side. I know you're hurting. You're trying to keep it all together to prevent people from seeing the broken places. But sometimes the greatest healing comes when we step out from behind our walls and point others to Him in the midst of the brokenness. Yes, I got hurt, but He is still good, and I am choosing to build my house on that. I refuse to live behind the wall any longer. Yes, I hurt. Yes, I have broken places that I really, really want to hide. But He is taking my pain and creating something beautiful. Right now, my life may look like an ugly piece of coal, but He's creating a diamond. We can pick where we live. We can stay in the dark, building walls around our heart. We can keep living in pain we are trying so desperately to hide from. Or we can step out. We can choose to live, to tear down those walls and in its place build a lighthouse so that we can speak into the lives of others that are facing storms. There is hope in this place. You are not alone. This pain you're feeling is not your breaking point because He is using it for something great. So keep hanging on to Him. We can choose to say, I may not understand this season in my life. I may not be able to see what is around the bend, what this painful place is creating, but I know who's already there. I know who's on the other side. I can't see every step along the way, but He can. This place may be a surprise to me, but it's not to Him. My Bible says that He is using everything for my good. Not some things, not most things, everything for my good. He will see me through this. And perhaps that was the whole point of this place, to teach me to keep pointing to Him in the midst of the pain, to keep hanging on to Him even when I don't understand, to teach me even when my life feels like a construction zone, to keep pointing to Him, keep believing in Him. Where are you living? In pain or in the promise? In the painful, broken place, where are you surrendering the walls and coming out with hands lifted and pointed to him? On one of the shelves in our office is a really unimpressive piece of cement and rock, but it actually has a really interesting history. It's a piece of the Berlin Wall, and I mean, it's not much to look at, but walls really aren't usually. Walls have two purposes. They can keep us on one side and the world on the other, or they can serve as a memorial of where we've been. They look a lot alike. Headstones and memorials and walls, they all share that same stone concrete look. But the only way to tell the difference, it's uncomfortable. To let the mask we have clung to for fall away and let the world see us as who we are, with all of our cracks and breaks and bruised places, a living construction zone. It's hard to let the world see that we don't have it all together. It's almost written into our DNA. Don't let them see behind the curtain, the wall. I think we've come to believe that when we're Christians, we automatically have it all together, but that's just not true. The Testament isn't that we have it all together, but that he saw us through. That he walked through it, all of it, with us. The story isn't the mountain you're on currently, but the one that got you to the mountain. It's not the valley you're in that you can't seem to find your way out of, but the one who saw you through the valley. It isn't the fire you're in right now. It's the one in the fire with you. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this message blessed you, and I hope you'll tune in next week.